Shalom. First, I'd like to give all glory and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Katash. Double honors to teachers, elders, and apostles of Great Millstone, likewise, brothers, putting out this truth. Faithfully here to see feeding the sheep, and to you, brothers and sisters, tuning in. Shalom. Today's lesson is titled Comfy and Secure. But what if? Now, like all the other brothers out there who go out in the highway and the byway and put out videos on the unicorn, and which is these various platforms known as YouTube and Odyssey, Axiom.com, all those other platforms, we try to bring in, Jakes to this truth. Okay. But what we have found out, and I'm going to go with just my experience, what I'm dealing with, because I got a lot of associates that's still in the world riding high, and they're looking at me with the look like, what the hell are you doing with a damn Bible in your hand, man? This is not you. And it's like, yes, it is me. This is what the Lord has committed me to. And when you speak with them, of course, not making the same mistakes as when you first come into the truth, but you try to let everybody know, who they are and who you are and all the other stuff. But being Hebrew Israelite, you get a feel for them. And they are very comfortable here in Great Babylon, America, and they feel secure because they have friends and family. And they ignore the warning of the sword and the famine. Now, I'm going to focus on the sword and the famine today in this lesson because you have America, Great Babylon, America, which, okay, is a place known for its citizens to be armed to the teeth and also for the excessiveness of gluttony that takes place here in Great Babylon, America, which is great among our people, okay, the so-called blacks and Americans and Latino. Okay, so we have three types of jakes here. You have the ones that are making it, faking it, and the ones that are plain and simply out. Okay, having a hard time living under the bridge. And of course, this is different from the hopefully lack of Yasharala, which is the so-called blacks and Americans and Latino, the men and the women that you see sighing and crying in this truth. Let's start off with our first book here because this describes Jake to the T. This is Jeremiah 13 and 9 and reads, Thus said the Lord Yahweh Shemashai, after this manner will I mar the pride of Judah and the great pride of Jerusalem. Now let's take a look at that word mar, and it means impair, the parents off or disfigure. Okay, spoil, ruin, impair, disfigure, detract from, flaw, blemish, or scar. So it's going to be ruin, that pride that is known amongst our people, which is the reason why you see they don't care to hear this truth. They drive by you, they mock you with either videotaping you to put on their TikTok channels or whatever, or as a picture to hang up on their wall, or show people that look at these guys out here in these robes, speaking really loud and having a Bible in their hand. Okay, so they have great pride, and that pride comes from the security that they have in Great Babylon, America. Now, this is what we do because the thing that we do call out Yasharala. We call out using the scriptures. It says, "Wisdom cried out, cried without. She uttered her whole voice in the street. She cried in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gate. In the city she uttered her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity?" Now, if you speak to an educated Jake, what they call educated Jake, with degrees and, skill sets or whatever the case like that, and that word simple is used, that's going to be, that's going to create an offense right away, right away. It says, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hated knowledge, which is this truth. Turn ye at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. Now, these words really edify the hopefully lack of Yasharala, those that would hear and those that would forbear, but not the ones that trust in Great Babylon, America. Because when you go into the book of Psalm 62 and 10, it says, Trust not in oppression and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. Again, I said, you have Jakes that are making it, faking it, and then those who are down and out. And we see in this rotation, okay, of the status is continuously changing here in Great Babylon, America, as we see the judgments are taking place on our people here in America. Okay, So you have Jake's them who are trusting the oppression. Esau usually on his commercials and on his movies, which are tear jerkers, create a serene type of imaginary life here in Great Babylon, America, of family, and you have to have friends. And this is when you talk about family. Family doesn't only extend to like blood, so-called blood relatives. It's also in these corporations. They'll say, "Come join the family of Walmart. Come join the family at Costco. Come join the family at IBM." Okay, or Microsoft. Okay, which is one of the reasons why they always like to talk. Do you is there a fit for you in this organization? Meaning, do you have a like-minded approach in your life, personal and business, that is similar to theirs? And friends can be your associates, people that you may have lunch with on a daily basis, or people that just walk with you and talk or have similar interests, such as working out or running or playing tennis or whatever the case is, that or taking pictures of birds. And if you trust into this, you are trusting into oppression. Because when you go into the book of Micah 2 and 10, we've been told, and this is part of that truth, okay, part of that calling, that we are shouting out, okay, out there in the concourse to Yasharala, that this is a figment of your imagination. It's not real. You're trusting into our oppressor, Esau, the so-called white man, who's created a delusion for you, and it's exceptional delusion. We all were in it. This is Micah 2 and 10. It says, "Arise and depart. This is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction." We can use an example like this month. This is the month of what? June. 6 more days for what they call Pride Month. Pride Month. And this isn't like your pride or proud to be an American or proud to be a Hebrew Israelite or proud to be a successful man. This is no. This Pride Month is associated with abomination, which the Lord despises. And part of this, okay, it says, "For this is not your rest, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with sore destruction." There's going to be a mental anguish that's going to come when Great Babylon America disappoints Yasharala, those that trust into this place. And that is going to be the part that Jake is going to have to really deal with, because it's going to come to a time to when you're going to realize they were right. They were right. Now, again, I said I would focus on the sword and the famine. Jakes who trust into this place, we understand with what the Second Amendment, I believe, is it the right to bear arms, or is that the First Amendment, the right to bear arms? One of those. And Jake, assuming that, well, I have a driver's license, I have a passport, birth certificate that says I'm an American, that actually is part of their heritage. So while Jake has a natural fear of the sword, which I'm going to read here in Ezekiel 11, verse 8. It says, ye have feared the sword, and I will bring a sword upon you, said the Lord God, power. And I will bring you out of the midst thereof, and deliver you into the hands of strangers, and will execute judgments among you. Now, it happened in the past, it's happening currently, and it's going to happen in the near future. And these strangers, these other tribes that are around us, that are watching our every move and looking at us, they're sharpening their sword. Now, Jake has sword, and Jake is actually trusting it, especially Jakes who may have a little bit of, military training, or, associate themselves with these Edomites who, are survivalists, and they don't have a criminal record, especially Jakes who don't have the criminal record, who have the ability to go and actually purchase arms, okay, with just their identity, and they have a clean background check, so they can buy as much sword as they want. So Jakes them, they love, and you see this on videos, they love associating themselves with these Edomites, who are, preppers, or, readying themselves for what they think is going to be an apocalypse here in Great Babylon, America, because they understand something big is coming, and they're seeking the thrill of it. And so is Jake. Okay. Now, other Jakes are not believing that the sword is going to come upon them, because, again, a lot of Jakes have never really experienced hell. They haven't really experienced hell. So when we tell them about hell as a condition, well, hey, I got a nice house, I got a nice car, family, I look good, get my hair done, I got nice, you know, clothes, friends. I got friends from all the different tribes. I mean, what the hell are you talking about? Nobody wants to hurt me. I'm a good person. I got more than enough to eat, but they don't count on these things that we're telling them. When you go into Second Ezra 6:22, okay, 6:22, start with verse 22. It reads, "And suddenly, listen to that word. Suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty." Every grocery store you go into, or everywhere you go in Great Babylon, America, there's food, 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 and a lot of it. That's why I said the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Empty. What the hell is going on? And the trumpet shall give a sound which when every man hear it, they should suddenly be afraid. And that trumpet is going to be, oh, the supply chain is broken, the dollar has crashed, and those ships that normally bring food over from overseas, well, they've all been torpedoed and sunk because we're kind of in the midst of, or the beginning part of World War III. Conveniently they're sunk, because of a bad weather or something. And it says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and earth shall stand and fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Now I said, what's our comfort and security? Friends and family. Wait a minute. Your friends are fighting each other because suddenly now the good times have suddenly come to an end, dried up. No food? Food is always a part of celebrating, man. There's nothing that you do in America that that doesn't include food. Seriously, you walk around your house looking at ants crawling around it. You probably have a snack in your pocket or something like that. It's just the way it is, man. Okay, but friends are gonna fight each other. Okay, friends are going to fight each other. Okay, and we're no different. Okay, we require food too. This is why we're making our election short. How about you, Mashiach, is going to get us out of this because we still here on earth in this flesh and we require food. And we do eat food in different occasions. You do a great lesson afterward, you walk right in the refrigerator and grab something to eat afterward. Yeah, we do it. But we understand what is to take place. But they are not looking at it like that because they're confident, secure, and they're depending on friends and family. But I said, what? What if? What if your friends now want to fight you for what you have, for the shortages that is out there? So now you have no friend. Let's go into Matthew 10, it's verse 34. It says, "Think not that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword." Again, we talk about the sword and the famine. So the Mashiach is going to send a sword. He's not coming to send peace. He said, "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and a daughter against a mother, and a daughter-in-law against a mother-in-law. And a man's foe should be they of his own household." Whoa. You think about that. You're paying the bills in your household, and your kids are against you. Your woman is against you. Well, wait a minute. What about my parents? I mean, I'm the ferret, right? No. You see, that security is now gone. Okay? Suddenly you're not comfortable anymore. No food. Your friends are against you because the food is shortage. Now your family is against you because the food is shortage. The Lord has put the spirit in your family now to turn against you. So who do you really have? And this is what the message of we're telling you. Okay? So you get two whammies going on here. Both have the sword and famine. Because if you're fighting your best friends, then you're going to be using that sword. Okay? Very few people know ninjutsu or MMA, grappling and all that stuff. No, they're going to pull a gun and end that real quick. So you can't imagine how this is going to look out here in Great Babylon, America, which is armed to the teeth everywhere you go. Okay? So twofolds, security gone, sword and famine. Because see, the Lord is going to make sure this place is going to fall apart and go into that critical zone where everybody is against each other, with the exception of those that he chose to be part of the elect. This type of plague will not be coming to them. Now, I brought out a word earlier, ma, okay, which means impair, the appearance of disfigure, spoil, ruin, impair, disfigure. Now, we're going to go into Isaiah 3 and 1 because I open up with the scripture of Jeremiah 13:9, which says, thus said the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai, after this manner will I destroy the pride of Judah and the great pride of Jerusalem. Great. And notice the word great. Take a look at it because, again, I said what? You have those that are making it, those that are faking it, and those that are just outright just having a bad day. And these people are different from the elect of Yasharallah or the hopeful elect of Yasharallah. This is the society out there right now amongst Israel. But this is where that Lord is going to take that pride. He's going to mar it. Isaiah 3 and 1, Star Wars 1, it says, for behold, the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shemeshai, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah. Notice that when he said about it, Jeremiah 13:9 says, thus said the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai, after this manner will I mar the pride of Judah and the great pride of Jerusalem. Now, he said again, right here, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, comfy and security, the whole stay of bread, food, and the whole stay of water, the mighty man and the man of war, the judge, the prophet, the prudent and the ancient, the captain of 50, and the honorable man, and the counselor, and the cunning anticipator, and the eloquent orator. So see again, those making it is going to experience this. Those faking it is going to experience this. And those who are out, well, shit, you getting a double whammy. Okay? So there it is. Because why? When we close out with the book of Jeremiah 13, Star Wars 10, it reads, this evil people which refuse to hear my word, which walk in the imagination of their heart, and walk after other gods to serve them, Esau, Sweet Jesus, all the other tribal gods. And we got a lot of brothers putting up videos about Jake's them going over to Mecca and dying. They're going to go do that walk over to Mecca. What are you doing over there? So you saved up your money to go over there to go get this walk, thinking that you're going to come back with pictures. And look at me, I've been to Mecca. But then the Lord delete you over there. You can't make this up. I love it. Yapa. To serve them and to worship them shall even be as this girdle, which is good for nothing. For as a girdle cleaveth to the loins of a man, so have I caused to cleave unto me the whole house of Israel and the whole house of Judah, said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim, northern and southern kingdom, that they might be unto me for a people and for a name and a praise and for a glory, but they would not hear. We are going to be forced to bend our knees to the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim through judgments. And two of those judgments are the sword and the famine that I mentioned today. Okay? Now, we can go into back into Proverbs 1 and start with verse 25. It says, but ye have set at naught all my counsel with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will laugh when your fear cometh. Okay? When your fear cometh, because it's going to come. Okay? When your fear cometh, as desolation and your destruction coming as a whirlwind, when the stress and anguish come upon you, mental stress and anguish, and it's going to be swift, unexpected, and you have not prepared for it. Lord willing, the elect was edified. I'd like to close up by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to teachers, elders, and apostles of Great Millstone. Likewise, brothers, put on this truth. Faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep and you brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom.